Hello and welcome back to Los Angeles. We are here watching the Heroes of the Dorm, Heroes of the Storm being played by competitive college teams, and it's been such a blast. My name is Trixler, and joining me once again, of course, is Grubby. Grubby, that game, man, what'd you think?
Oh man, it was amazing. I want to say it lived up to the hype. Kawhi Rice and Ugapa there doing really great for their team, using that kind of split attention and their global teleport to be everywhere, like a puppet master controlling the map. A very powerful display there.
Very powerful indeed. We'll be going to game number 2, and the question is whether or not they can keep that power up, as they did play very well in game number 1, but we saw flashes of brilliance from the other team as well. Can they bring that back in game number 2 on the battleground Garden of Terror? Let's go ahead and check it out. As you guys will see, the Garden of Terror is a fun, lovely map.
Garden of Terror. There's going to be 3 different lanes, just like most of the battlegrounds that we see here. There's day and night cycles. Whenever it passes into night, there will be a possibility to collect seeds. Another objective is 6 mercenary camps. Capture the siege giants or the bruiser camps to enlist them in your aid and fight for you. Collect seeds and go up to a grand total of 100 to be able to grow a plant terror. The Garden Terror can be captured by an allied hero and fight for your team, using a Spore Queen's Curse to disable enemy heroes or an Overgrowth to disable enemy fortifications.
Can teams deal with the Garden? That is the real question. We've seen a lot of aggressive strats already today in the entire bracket on this battleground in particular. Usually you'll see more passive play as teams grab 30 seeds in the very beginning, but we see them go straight for the Terror to try and grab an early Terror overall to get a nice experience lead. So let's jump into the draft and find out what our teams will be going for. It looks like Ice Shiny going straight for Sylvanas.
Yeah, once again on the Sylvanas, a pick that is both powerful and that he is clearly comfortable on. There will have to be a response there. Are they going to, is UC Irvine going to prioritize the warrior role, the support role, the damage role, or going for a specialist? For now, they're going for a hybrid. He embodies the support role ex-Fishy, but what he offers is so much more. Vision, damage, and support.
Wow, Table Flip going for 2 supports here. So we've got the hybrid Tassadar here, as mentioned by Grubby, and they also have Uther. Uther, just a great healer overall, great CC, great stuns, amazing ally, if you will, if you're an assassin player. So we'll see what assassins are going to get. I was actually wondering if Table Flip would take away Kawhi Rice's ETC, because he seems to be very comfortable on that hero. Unfortunately, that does not happen. ETC is picked up by Kawhi Rice, which it seems to be someone that he favors a lot.
Yeah, and Ugapa there going on the Jaina player. I believe he was playing Brightwing before, and I have to confirm about that one. But now on the Jaina player, a popular pick, very strong range damage dealing, and it's definitely a good pick here. So far, no healers or supports on the side of University of Washington, but they figure we'll get around to that later. What we want to be dealing in is high damage and high survivability.
Yeah, with Table Flip Outward grabbing 2 supports, the likelihood of them getting a 3rd support is something that shouldn't be happening. So you got or Hot Dogs in general is taking a bit of a gamble, a calculated gamble, making sure their opponents don't grab another support so they can grab them later. But Ugapa picking up Jaina is great against Uther, and Mr. X now will be playing Vala. He was actually playing Tronda last game, but will be moving into more of a damage dealing role in this game. Bloody will be picking up Diablo.
Yep, we've seen him play Diablo before, played it very well. Now finally the support role is being fulfilled for University of Washington there by the Hot Dogs. Panda Bear taking the Rhaegar player. They will have one more choice to round out their composition, and they're actually going for Zagara, who has a very powerful heroic ability in combat and provides so much vision. As you can see in strategy games like this, vision cannot be ignored. We've got the Tassadar on one side and the Zagara on the other.
Yeah, and also, just in general for the Hot Dogs in particular, they have 2 heroes on their team that are exceptionally good at killing off turrets, infrastructure, forts. They destroy buildings very, very quickly. So if they can get a Garden Terror with those 2 heroes backing them up, they can just really move through their opponents. Now, Balanced Breakfast seems to really enjoy playing Sergeant Hammer, as this will be the 5th pick here for Table Flip.
Yep, I'm happy to see Sergeant Hammer again. We are in the Super 16. We've got a lot of teams played already, but the first time that we see Sergeant Hammer being played here in her trusty tank. Game is starting here on the left side of the battleground. We've got the blue team, the University of Washington. They call themselves the Hot Dogs, and they're being played by Laughing1, Panda Bear, Ugapa, iShiny, and Kawaii Rice.
And on the opposite side of the battleground, Table Flip playing Bloody, or Diablo be played by Bloody. We have X Fishy playing Tassadar here. He's a beautiful little jet. Mr. X is playing Vala, Balanced Breakfast is playing Sergeant Hammer, and Khan is playing Uther.
All right, the pieces have been said. This chess game is underway. 3 heroes will be heading to the bottom lane. Who will they meet on the other side? Is there anyone defending the bottom lane yet? No. Oh, that spells trouble. What's happening in the middle? Looks like a bit of a trap potential there by University of Washington. But they have not found any intrepid yet foolish adventurers. Nothing happens.
This is actually really cool teamwork here from Laughing1 and his team Hot Dogs. He's able to put a couple of creep tumors down on the left side of the map, which means this is my part of the map. If anyone comes over here, I'll be able to have vision of it, which means me and my teammates can do some kind of move. Solid play here by the team, and they came together as a group to make sure that occurred.
Yeah, very solid. I mean, when I play by myself, sometimes without a coordinated team, I like to do just that. But it is very risky to do it by yourself without the backup and support of your allies. What if you meet 2 or even 3 adversaries and you're there by yourself trying to place down some creep towers? Very risky. So they made sure, as you said, they're going with all 4 of them.
Nice teamwork from the Hot Dogs, but now Table Flip trying to push back against Laughing and Ugapa. Balanced Breakfast has to be careful with sieging up, just because Laughing and Ugapa has a lot of actual poking damage that they can bring in with their abilities that can just land straight on top of Sergeant Hammer. So you're going to see him constantly trying to move around as much as possible. Panda Bear will, of course, heal through any harassment that comes from Mr. X. So this will be the story of the bottom lane, constant aggression, tug of war, if you will. Let's check out the middle lane really quickly here before we start checking out all the seeds. We have iShiny and X Fishy going at it, and both are exceptionally good at pushing the lanes.
All right, an early nightfall has happened. During this time, there will be a grand total of 180 seeds up for the taking, making an even split, and that would give 90 seeds to both teams. And yet nothing is even in war and love. And it could be possible that one of the teams captures a grand total of 100 seeds, yielding them the growth of a Garden Terror.
And this is actually what you normally see on this battleground. We've seen some more aggressive play in the past, but normally you see teams grab those first 30 seeds and go back to lanes to start soaking up experience. The Terrors that are actually right above this area, one of them, they will actually not scale up in health and damage. So that means when your heroes are getting stronger, you actually become a little bit more powerful than your Terrors. So you're able to get rid of them really, really quickly. So as long as you keep an eye on the minimap and make sure all 5 members of the opposition is not going toward the Terror, you're okay to keep pushing.
Yep, and that is kind of what's happening here. As long as you indeed keep eyes and you keep an open line of communication with your teammates, you can make sure that they're not doing anything too crazy. So you're not getting them, I'm not getting them, and that's fine. And they're back to the lanes. What they're really doing here, isn't it, Trickster? They're waiting for an opening.
Yeah. You're waiting for your opponents to make a mistake. And both teams, from the most part, from what I've noticed, are really good at not making mistakes, especially in the early game. That's what we saw in Cursed Hollow. And you're going to start to see a little bit of different play overall. Panda Bear here playing a hero that's actually pretty decent at dealing with Sea Giants by himself. He's a support, one of the few that can actually do this pretty well. We'll be able to focus down these Giants. We're going to start sneaking a couple of pressure in the middle lane and the bottom lane. In fact, Table Flip on the bottom right side are currently grabbing their own Giants as well. So you'll start to see teams around level 6 to 7 start to peel away from the lanes, grab objectives, and maybe potentially start grabbing those seeds.
Yeah, it's just too obvious to go for the plant terrors right away. If you suddenly disappear with 3 heroes, it's pretty easy to telegraph what is happening, to guess and understand what is happening. But capture some siege giants, have them push alongside in the lane. You can put a lot of extra pressure. It may be the distraction you require to have the opponent make a mistake, capitalize on it, and to the victor go the spoils.
Let's check out the mid lanes. It feels like the Giants that were grabbed earlier are actually doing a lot of damage here. With Shiny being able to help out, Shiny has an ability that allows him to deal with the minions very, very quickly. Xfishy is trying his best to deal with the Giants, but he doesn't actually put out that much damage quite yet. It's good for the wave of minions, but it's not great for the Giants. Now you just see Shiny kind of really poking down this turret and getting down to low HP.
Yeah, those towers are going down to about half life already. It may not be a complete kill. At the top lane, we have not the most devastating of fights here, although both players are hurt. They've got to watch out. If any of the enemy's allies will come there and try and assassinate them, this could be a risky endeavor, so Blatty has got to be careful. And we see a lot of backwards movement from him. The main action here is happening at the bottom lane in a 3 versus 3 situation. There's a continuous struggle for vision. This game is a game of imperfect knowledge, imperfect vision. You don't see everything. All that you see is the areas that you personally control. Your heroes, your minions, your towers. So many traps can be set. Do you see those shrubberies there, the bushes that Ugapa is hiding in? She is hidden from view, and she's looking to get the jump on Khan, but he found her over there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful as Khan there, because Ugapa's actually really, really good against melee characters, and that's what Khan is. So, oh my gosh, they're running straight on in, trying to go for balanced breakfast. Ugapa is gonna be forced to retreat there, as he does take damage from Mr. X and balanced breakfast, but X Shiny coming in from the side. Can they do anything here? They're trying to focus down balanced breakfast, but a nice heal from Khan will save the tank.
Yeah, balanced breakfast nearly took lethal damage there, but he was saved by his Khan ally, the Uther player, who will now pop back a little bit to the core to recuperate his mana, his energy, and his ability to fight. Laughing1 has really spread out an impressive network of creep tumors here. Those purple blobs that you see there with the 3 blue points inside, and they spread out a purple blob of creep. And this isn't just any creep. She has used an ability that has upgraded it, and it will spread even further, granting so much vision, more movement speed for her whenever she's on it, and regeneration.
Yeah, she really takes over the map for her teammates and herself, so we'll see if they'll continue to do that. Table flip, though, getting aggressive here as Panda Bear was in the bush. Unfortunately, they're not able to secure a takedown. Overall, though, let's check out the other lanes here, as for the most part, we've had small bursts of aggression, but we haven't seen anything too major in terms of actual takedowns. But in the middle lane, Sylvanas has been able to take 1 turret down, so they've given them a little bit of a lead here, and both teams just hit level 10. So we should be seeing fights for those terrors pretty soon here. It's all a matter of who wants to go first and who will follow up.
Yeah, exactly. It's oh, Khan gets taken down in this 4 versus 3 situation. Heroic ability was used. Balanced breakfast is going to take lethal damage. That's why his health bar is dwindling. Wow, 2 takedowns there by University of Washington. They were able to find the opportunity that they needed, and this is the time to get that plant terror and to start collecting seeds.
You are correct. The passive bubble has finally broken here for the Hot Dogs, and they grab as many seeds as possible. In fact, they might want to go ahead and jump on their horses and run straight up to the top terror if possible, or even maybe get into a quick fight in the middle lane. Let's see as the aggression is starting to occur here for our Hot Dog team. Table Flip needs to grasp the situation and try and defend maybe against this terror. The Hot Dogs only need 10 seeds. That's it.
Now, amazingly, the Tassadar player, X-Fishy, he has not chosen which heroic ability he's using yet. No, there we go. Force Wall. Look to see it being used. There we go. Force Wall zoning out Ice Shiny and Panda Bear as Kawaii Rice jumps in. Lightning Breath on Blatty. Khan going there with the Divine Storm, hitting 4 enemies. A wonderful Divine Storm. Blatty's taking a lot of damage. They isolate Kawaii Rice away. Blatty and Kawaii Rice, they're both so low. And it's Kawaii Rice that will get taken down. The wonderful heal there from Khan on the Diablo player.
The Force Wall secures 1 pickup there as Rhaegar will fall. Ugapa tries to run away as well. Another Force Wall potentially available here for Fishy. Does not look like it, but with 3 seconds and counting, the Hot Dogs were able to secure a terror. That's the good news for them. Table Flip, though, in that team fight was really on point. As you saw, they were able to secure 2 takedowns throughout the entire thing, and that gives them a little bit of experience to get back into this game.
They really showed their mettle there, their dominance. Well, I don't want to say dominance. They showed their mettle. They showed what they're made of. A wonderful fight. And now
breakfast.
Breakfast. Oh, breakfast.
The water was too much there, as the water elemental is able to take out the tank. You gotta be careful around that. And the Ugapa will be able to secure a quick takedown on Table Flip and 1 of their members. So now only 4 members up here for Table Flip that can help defend.
Now in the meantime, remember, there's a lot happening in games like this. These strategies strategy games, these team brawlers. Sylvanas from University of Washington was taken down somewhere else. And that means it's a 4 versus 4. It's kind of even. Now we're going to look at this plant terror. What can they do with it? Overgrowth has been put down there. Will do a lot of siege damage there, taking down those fortifications. And he's not done yet. He's got another 40 seconds, almost a full health bar. And Laughing One is coming here to assault the middle lane.
They're going to start trying to break down this fort. And remember, ETC is actually in the top lane. He can jump into a fight if he needs to at any point, as all 4 members of Hot Dogs are here in the middle, just waiting for their teammate to show up if they need to be. Khan trying to help out with Laughing, but Laughing looks like he does just enough, especially with 20 seconds left, to get rid of this fort.
Mr. X coming in there, starting to do a lot of damage on the planter. Will take it down, but the fort has been taken down. We now have a situation where 6 forts are still up for University of Washington, just like it was the entire of the last game. And they've already taken down 2 of the enemy forts.
All right, a nice lead grabbed here for Hot Dogs, but Laughing is in a bit of trouble here as Khan's moving forward. Bloody charges in. Does he throw him back? Nice. And Devouring Maul, though, does hit 2 members here, but the Fire Breath is hitting Laughing. He gets healed from Panda Bear. Kawaii Rice dives in. Bloody suddenly in trouble as he was in a solid situation before. Mr. X in trouble as well. 2 members low on HP. Here comes the arrow!
Shiny comes in and takes down 2 heroes immediately. Jumps forward with the Haunting Wave and will also take down the last one. X-Fishy can only look in horror, in abject horror, as his team is withering before his eyes.
Well, 4 members for Hot Dogs are going to be alive overall. A beautiful play there from iShiny as he shows up for that Wailing Arrow, secures a amazing takedown as well as more aggressive plays. Bloody, though, has spawned trying to charge it. It needs to be careful, though, because iShiny, Laughing, and Panda Bear can deal with him pretty efficiently. Now, the mercenary camps. These bruisers are grabbed for Hot Dogs. They're keeping up the pressure, and they're about to hit level 16.
All right, that's going to keep Bloody busy for a little bit. Khan is coming to his aid there. The bruisers are pushing into that tower. In the meantime, that gives time, it gives information. University of Washington knows exactly where those 3 heroes are. They've got vision on it. In the meantime, the same cannot be said for UC Irvine. They don't know. Is there going to be a trap somewhere here in the bushes? They've got to be very careful. Or are they perhaps capturing some of the other objectives here, the Siege Giants? It is in fact a trap. Khan, watch out. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there.
Connie went there. He's getting picked down. Water Elemental trying to chase him down. Khan will be able to start retreating, but he's lost all of his healings, and he is taken care of immediately here. The Hot Dog securing 1 more takedown, now up in a 5v4 situation. And with this map control, this creep, these purple blobs all over the map are beautiful. They have so much vision. They can pretty much do anything they want. And Table Flip, if they show up, they will be revealed.
Yeah, exactly, and that was Khan's demise there. Now, the enemy, well, University of Washington has become aware that UC Irvine was capturing seeds here, and they aggressively pushed them out. They say, you have no reason to be here. You cannot contend with us. We've just taken out your Uther player, Uther the Lightbringer. These seeds belong to us, but UC Irvine doesn't agree. They're not going to take this sitting down. It's a 4 versus 4 situation. Force Wall and Panda Bear, little bit of anti-synergy there as Bloody pushes out that player. Devouring Maul. ETC comes in. Wailing Arrow. X-Fishy is going to get taken down. Oh no, he gets away just in time, but Bloody, 3 takedowns.
Hot Dogs are just on point right now. Table Flip actually was missing a member. Their Uther player wasn't available there, their healer. And they thought they had a potential fight there that they could have taken because of the force fall, but there was just enough room for the player to get away. And now Hot Dogs are just really taking this lead, and they are pushing their advantage to the limits, grabbing their opponent's Giants. Now have a Garden Terror back home that they can grab. 3 members down for Table Flip. They have to spawn, they have to respawn, get composure, group up before they throw this game.
Yeah, exactly. Composure, well, hard to find some composure when you're just suffering demise after defeat after demise.
Well, in a competition like this, demise will happen occasionally, and you need to get over that speed bump if possible. Even if you're a snowboarder, you have to jump over those little bunny hills. This is the moment here for Hot Dogs. They're going to grab this Garden Terror, they're going to group up and start pushing heavily. The question is, how does Table Flip defend everything?
Now this plant terror is ready to be taken. You may wonder, why is Laughing One not taking it? Well, when you capture a Garden Terror, all the siege camps, all the neutral mercenaries will disappear, and he just wanted to give some time for the bruiser camp to be captured here by his allies. So right before they disappear, they will get it. Panda Bear, he's going to capture that one. It's going to add push power. Plant Terror going to the middle. It's being awaited there by the full team of UC Irvine.
Oh, the entire team of Table Flip is here. Kawaii Rice charging forward. Will he move in? The force wall does negate the Panda Bear from going in from the aggression and Nugapa. So Hot Dogs do pull back. Table Flip only 2 levels behind, but not the worst condition ever. They can actually take a fight here. Even though they've lost a few fights over and over again, they've kept up in the game in terms of experience. It's all a matter of how balanced Breakfast and, of course, Khan really synergize to make sure that they get some kind of pickoff.
Yeah, and now the Plant Terror is using his Spore Queen curse. You'll see him throw it down every now and then. It's going to look like a circle. There we go. And it's going to turn X-Fishy into a plant. It means he can't do anything. He got taken out immediately. Blatty and Khan in a horrible position. Lightning Breath happens here, but it's not going to be enough. Blatty will get taken down.
Shine does get taken away, though, from Mr. X. So they do secure 1 takedown. Blatty's able to start retreating away. So Table Flip is making things work out for them a little bit here. It's all on Mr. X. Can he do any more? No, he needs to retreat. Laffin still has a heroic ability available and that Hydralisk that can put out a lot of damage. So overall, the engagement was great for the Hot Dogs, but the Table Flip made it work. A 2-for-2 trade.
Yeah, they actually got 2 takedowns there. And if we isolated that and we said it happened in a vacuum, in a neutral situation, we could actually say that was good for them. But unfortunately for Table Flip, in the meantime, in the top lane, Siege Giants were pushing. Only now belatedly, Diablo Blatty is going to try and deal with that. But is it already too late for the fort? One more shot. There we go. That's the droplet that made the bucket overflow.
That rock was too darn strong as it takes out the fort. The rest of the team for the Hot Dogs are grabbing their opponent's bruisers as well. Mr. X will see, hey, look, there's a couple people here, but unfortunately the teammates are unavailable. Blatty actually gets forced wall out by his own teammate. That's a bit of a blunder, so you see him automatically get rid of that wall. Pull back, Mr. Diablo. Blatty gets with the team. Now, all 5 members are up for Table Flip, but their goal right now is defend, defend, defend. Get to level 20. Wait for your opponents to make a mistake. But the Hot Dogs, they are not making mistakes.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult to find a dent in their armor. Keep in mind, Hot Dogs from University of Washington, they are already leading with a 1-0 score. We're not playing a best 3 out of 5 here. It's a best 2 out of 3. The first 2 points, 2 victories on Battlegrounds will take this and move on to the Epic 8. And will they be able to do another move in that direction here? No. Fight for now is averted. UC Irvine pulls back.
I want to see the Hot Dogs be a little bit more aggressive, though. They do have the lead. The longer they wait here, the more chances that Table Flip has to come back into the game. So the Hot Dogs now, with the night sequence now hitting for the for both teams, they're going to grab as many seeds as they possibly can. In fact, they already have enough to get another terror. The entire Table Flip team has to come down this middle lane, defend all these Sea Giants coming in, and now head down the bottom terror. But already, the Hot Dogs are set up on the left side here. This might be the last fight of the game.
Oh no, they're isolated away here. 2 versus 4. They will try to get away. ETC jumps in. Khan, Wailing Arrow, Devouring Ball. Blatty will get taken down. Khan will follow the Devouring Ball, scrunched him into little bits, and that's 2 takedowns. Diablo and Bloody, he'll be back right away. He's the Lord of Terror. He collected enough souls to get an instant resurrection. But Khan, he's not coming back anytime soon. And here we've got that push you were talking about. A little bit more aggressive. 5 versus 4. Kawaii Rice gets flipped back into the base. But he's a melee warrior. He's got a lot of sustenance.
Yeah, the Hot Dogs will take the consolation prize and grab their the keep there from their opponents and then go back to getting more seeds. They're kind of double dipping here on objectives, but they're totally allowed to. And what happened there was Table Flip. They had 2 members going down the seeds because they wanted to grab some, but they also had their players in different lanes of their experience. They were 2 split up, and that cannot happen in these huge, impactful moments where you have to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. When you go to collect these seeds, the enemy, the opponent, they cannot see where you are per se, but suddenly when you capture the seeds, the enemy sees your seed counter going up. This means some heroes are out there in the middle capturing seeds. You take a quick look at your radar, you start to understand where everyone is. You see them, like you said, split up in lanes. It means pounce. pounce and get those guys who are
Like a
getting the
kitten,
seeds.
man. Just jump in and do whatever
Like a
you
kitten
can.
on a little piece of wool.
Ah, kitten hype. All right, well, in the middle lane, Laffin is trying to distract his opponents right now, while the entire rest of the 4 members are grabbing the last seed actually on the battleground. Table Flip has their own terror, and they want to utilize it to the best of their ability. They want to squeeze every ounce of potential advantage they can get out of it. So you'll see them be very, very cautious with it and have balanced practice, try to poke down their opponents from afar. So Mr. X now getting a little aggressive. Remember, that's actually Vala in that terror, which means a lot of their damage is missing.
Oh yeah, they wanted to keep Bloody there as a front liner. They didn't want to have him go into the terror. Found his skill set to be irreplaceable. They're chasing Ice Shiny a little bit, using the Haunting Wave to get away there. Ice Shiny she seems to be in a safe place. But if Bloody can catch up with him, then that may be dangerous.
All right, nice engagement here. However, ETC is actually in the middle of the map pushing this entire time. He can stage dive in if he needs to. He's watching for it. Let's go back to the fight here. He's just waiting. He's just literally just sitting there like, okay, I can go into this. He's waiting for the breaking point of where he'll be needed. We do have balance practice finally engaging.
This
and
is
now the stage dive comes in. Khan in trouble. Mr. X in trouble as well. Taking a decent amount of damage. Balance breakfast in the top left corner.
No.
Not so balanced as he is now down. X Fishy and Bloody are left here grubby. I don't know if they can take this.
X-Fishy will use Dimensional Shift to get away there. Khan has no such escape mechanism. He's dropping low, 20% of his life. Bloody, still 80%. But this is a 3 versus 5 situation. They want to get away here. Actually, it's a 4 versus 5 situation.
It's about to be a 3v5, and Mr. X does get picked up. A nice force wall.
The devouring ball!
Catches 3 members. Watch Yugapa. Boom. Bringing out the blizzard damage, taking out 2 members. Bloody in trouble as well. Down he goes. Khan in trouble. X-Fishy in trouble. Yugapa goes in. Low on HP. Does walk away, but only 1 member is left here for Table Flip. There's no way they can hold this.
So close to home, UC Irvine was. Table Flip. They were on their own side of the gate. They were nearly there. They got devouring malt. Then 2 of their members actually got taken out when they were already on their own side. Using teleportation mechanics, University of Washington was jumping in, took down 2 more, and that could be the tipping point. And they're going for the core. X-Fishy is trying to defend, but he's 1 man. Now 2 men against 5. What can he do?
It's going to be game over, it looks like, as the remaining members of Hot Dogs will take down the core, and that is a victory here, as Washington will get a 2-0 win and move on to the Epic 8 next Saturday on ESPN3.
A wonderful performance there. University of Washington clinching it with that 2-0, advancing there. But UC Irvine, they availed themselves heroically. They did really well. Even though they got defeated, I feel like they went up against one of the strongest teams, bar none, in Super 16.
Yeah, Kawhi Rice individually as a player was on point with that ETC pick that he had.
Yeah.
Always pushing in different lane, always causing pressure on his opponents. And then whenever it came down to the actual team fight that needed to happen, he would stage dive in and help his teammates every time perfectly. So if I'm watching those type of games and I'm going to Epic 8, I'm making sure that I'm taking away ETC from Kawhi Rice.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe he's a prodigy, talented with many different heroes.
That's true.
The fear of the unknown is also formidable. 2-0 there for the blue team against the red team. Hot Dogs versus Table Flip, representing University of Washington and University of California, Irvine, respectively.
Well, overall, the Hot Dogs played so well, but Ice Shiny was a hero in itself, and one of the plays that he pulled off. Let's check out a replay where he hits an amazing Wailing Arrow. Right now, we have Table Flip in a position where they can make a play, and they know it. They go for Laughing here. Laughing gets pulled back. The Devouring Maul is crucial here to delay the entire fight, and in fact, afterwards, we start seeing members fall very, very quickly, and they look like, all right, we need to escape here. We've taken a lot of damage. Mr. X has gotten a few members low, but here comes a Wailing Arrow in the top right corner from Ice Shiny. It was on point, and it secured a takedown. The aggressive play with the Banshee secured 3 total takedowns, and Fishy looks like he gets away, but that fight was such a crazy turning point.
Yeah, I mean, it started with 1 takedown, one defeat suffered by UC Irvine, but they were like, okay, we can do this. They're taking out Kawhi Rice on the ETC, and they can make their getaway. You know, these players, they're so good. They're pushing everything to the limit. Even if they have 10% of their health pool available,
It's a resource they can still use.
yeah, it's a resource they can use. They can continue to put out 100% of damage. As long as they pull away on time, that is okay. But they didn't account for the Sylvanas player coming in there and doing that Wailing Arrow. And suddenly, they bit off more than they could chew, and they had a few more takedowns to their detriment.
But the hot dogs look like they will be moving on to the Epic 8, so congratulations to them. We do have one round left for you all at home. It's going to be the last series, actually, of the top 16, so we'll be seeing who will be the last team to actually move on to the Epic 8. It will be Kansas State University against one of the voted highest the colleges to actually go to the final bracket. It will be California Berkeley, so it's going to be a great match. I can't wait for it. Grubby, hope you're excited.
All right, let's get psyched, guys. See you after this break.